second-ranked team, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. The turn begins inside the 10. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start.
Wolverines will take over first and 10.
Line getting set up. It's a first down play. On the ground, it's Flanagan. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
The loss sets up a 2nd and long from the 20. From the gun, he looks for an open man. It's an out route, the catch made, and a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice completion here by this Michigan offense, and when Michigan is really clicking, you think about over the years, they've been efficient within that passing game, being able to throw the football to complement a very physical running game. Nice play.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Takes the handoff, heads to the right. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka, Tyrone Wheatley, and Leroy Horde. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
And there's the handoff. Breaks loose at the 40. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. There's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Well, not a single player or fan on either side has forgotten what happened last time they met. The Buckeyes just crushing the Wolverines.
Yeah, it was just one of those days in a rivalry game where everything went the right way for Ohio State. Winning their one-on-one matchup, putting up big points on the offensive side, and of course the defense shut Michigan down. But it's a new day. Let's see if the Wolverines can try to avenge that loss last time out.
Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, I kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Looking to pass, it's Andrews. quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
This could be a turning point in this football game. Defense does a good job. It's third down. They got to get after this quarterback. Instead, he pulls it down and picks up big yards for a first down. Kind of feel the momentum flipping here.
It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Big play. Moves the ball all the way to the plus 35.
Nice throw and catch here for the Buckeyes. And you know, Chris, it's hard to think of a time when Ohio State didn't have an efficient and prolific quarterback under center.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the point after is good.
The kick is good. That ties the game.
Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Set to kick it away.
So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Nice job here controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the handoff. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And the single back takes the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up third down. Well, for many, this is the quintessential college football rivalry. It combines tradition, high intensity, and very often high stakes.
Yeah, Chris, I really think the rivalry has changed over the years. Guys in my era would tell you it was a game that was the most heated but the most respected because of the way you were recruited by both schools. There was the Woody, there was the Bo influence on the rivalry. But I think in the new social media era, I think it's more about hatred for the two schools. From both sides, it's just a different feel. We'll feel that today when these teams go at it.
The offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. Trying to find room. It's Flanagan. This offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44.
Chris, I'll be honest, man. I thought on fourth down and 1, they might be just trying to draw the defense off sides, but they caught me and probably the defense by surprise as well, especially on their own side of the field. Gutsy play call right there to keep this drive alive.
And then first down, right back to the running game.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense. They're going to run it here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Receiver makes the grab. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. That tactic works here. Now we've got a fourth down.
The offense will go for it here on fourth down and 3. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Complete to the running back. But can he get there? They wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Reload.
Here's the handoff. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And that run produces a decent gain.
A lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
So now it's third and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the third down call is. Can he make it to the marker? Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter.
Fourth down coming up. That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 7.
The coach decides no field goal attempt. The offense is out there to go for it on fourth down. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. They'll pass from the field goal attempt. The offense on the field going for it on fourth down. Hand off to the single back. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. They'll tackle him at the 27.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally. They can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
To the air, it's Andrews. Catch made on the left side. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardell Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
Eludes the rush. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Solid tackle, able to get him down. Now it's second down here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Good enough for first down yardage.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. Third and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
Buckeyes moving quickly down the field here. Has the first down and more. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Really nice run by the back, but I want to give credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for the first down.
The Buckeyes line up on 1st and 10 now. To the air, it's Andrews. Running back has it on a screen now. And the tackle is made, not the big play that we're looking for, but a pretty solid gain.
Screenplays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback, and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Got a lane. Can he get in? And he'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You could just tell this quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do as things were developing in front of him. He saw that open space and decided, I'm just going to take it myself and head to the end zone for a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Michigan offense back out on the field. Let's see what their mindset is this time. They got into field goal range, but got stopped on fourth down last time. Able to pick up just a couple of yards. That's good run defense.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Handoff here from the shotgun. The gain moves the ball to the 34. The Wolverines will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Third and short to try to pick it up on the ground. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
The offense has been pretty efficient. They've made 2 out of 3 fourth down tries so far. They'll try it again here. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. It's a gamble here. Offense going for it on fourth down inside their own 40. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Catch hauled in here over the middle. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
Oh, my gosh. The defense does their job. That ball is thrown short of the first down. They've got to rally with the ball and not let him have that kind of effort to pick up a first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense after that first down completion. Single back, takes the handoff. 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
And the Wolverines pick up enough to get a first down there.
Let's go.
The back's got it. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Okay, ready?
2nd down after that run on the previous play.
Get set. Get set.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. He'll hand it off. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
The Wolverines have 1st and 10 here. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. 2nd down after that previous play. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
So the offense faces 3rd and short from the +26. Might be 4-down territory, but let's see what the call is here. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. You got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
The attempt is no good. And after the miss, still down by 7.
Well, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. A poor kicker.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line. The Buckeyes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Receiver in motion now. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Buckeyes pick up enough for a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Back to pass. It's Andrews. He's moving out of the pocket. Going to try to use his legs here. And he heads out of bounds after another big scramble. This defense has had no answer for the quarterback runs today. So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. On the junior gets home, making a sack there.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. 2nd and long. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Lets it go on the move, launching deep. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
This is one of the beauties of rushing 3 and dropping 8. Quarterback sits back there and has to find an open receiver. And you've got 8 men in coverage. The quarterback holds the ball and holds the ball and holds the ball. And eventually, even with just 3, eventually they get home and effective.
And they've got him a sack on the final play of the first half. Good momentum with this defense heading to the break. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick this away to start the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. Important possession here to begin the third quarter as they try to continue momentum from the first half and build on this lead. Bringing pressure. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. The offense now operating in empty. Dropping back, it's Andrews. Looks like he's going to run it. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's third down. And the call is a quarterback sneak.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big third down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
The Buckeyes will line up on 1st and 10. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff.
Christina, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with a lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
The Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. Quarterback still with the football. Has the first down, still on the move. Out of bounds after another huge chunk on the ground. What a job by this offensive line today.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. The shotgun running play call. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So here we go, third down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. And the tailback's got it again. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be fourth down. Coach elects to try for 3 points and sends out the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They need something out of this possession. The last time they settled for a field goal attempt, but then they missed it. The gain moves the ball to a 34. And the Wolverines looking to crank up the tempo a bit. On the ground, it's Flanagan. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
What a job at the line of scrimmage by this defense. Looked like a no-brainer. Second short, easy first down. No. Denied. Stop. Bring up third down.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Running a quarterback sneak here.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
The Wolverines starting a new series here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Football comes out. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
How about this defense trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They love to produce some points and build this lead, but also work on the clock here. It's press coverage now from these DBs. They're going to run it. Runs into the teeth of that defense, picks up just a couple yards.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10. Here's the second down play. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Dropping back. It's Andrews. Running back grabs it on a screen. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. You think about it, over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. They'll run it from the gun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Tackle on the play at the 26-yard line. It's third down.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Takes the ball and heads to the left. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. He was successful last time out. This attempt is from 42 yards away. Right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Michigan offense comes back out on the field. A fumble the last possession only led to a field goal. Can they shake off that mistake and get it going here? Running out of time in the pocket. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Breaks loose at the 45. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game.
Well, that's exactly why you dial up a screen. The defense is overcommitting to the pass rush and trying to apply pressure on the quarterback. Great execution, plenty of space available, and man, he had a convoy downfield to help him pick up big yards.
From the shotgun, handoff inside.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone. That puts him over 150 yards today. Kirk, we knew he was going to be a focus coming in, but he has backed up the hype and then some.
Yeah, he sure has, Chris. I mean, all year long, he's been a dynamic playmaker. I'd argue one of the top in the entire country. And now in a rivalry game to be able to do this, boy, it says a lot about him.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they'll stop him short of the line of game. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. On third down, he drops the throw. The freshman's able to get home with a sack.
Well, the reality with any screen pass is they usually take a little bit of time to develop. And though they often can hit big, sometimes they take too long to cook up, and sometimes you can get sacked.
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on fourth down. From the shotgun, drops back. Going for a big play downfield. And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. That's a crucial score, Kirk. Makes it a one-possession game and makes the stretch run of this very interesting.
Yeah, now the pressure turns to their opponent and their offense. Momentum is starting to tilt, and it's your job to go into your 4-minute offense. But I'd expect this defense to be extra aggressive to try to get this ball back.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. Comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. You'd love to build a drive and choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here.
In other schools around the country, Slippery Rock 42, Millersville University 21.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Corners back up now, playing a couple yards off the ball. On first down, it's play action. Quick throw to the left. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
Second and 10 here. Back to pass. It's Andrews. And it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the running back. That's going to bring up third down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Offense facing a third and long from the 25. What's the call going to be? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Trying to extend the play. On the run, he'll let it go. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Hey, I understand the aggressive approach here on third down and long, trying to pick up the first down, but look at the scoreboard. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. Smart play would have been to keep running the football, work the clock, force them to use their timeouts. Now at fourth down and long with the lead, tough decision here. I think you got to punt it away.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And they've got the returner corralled. Michigan offense back out on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking to make a play deep downfield. This one is broken up, ball's incomplete.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught quickly. He's found some room at the 45. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Well, this is what separates the men from the boys right here. This quarterback knows he's going to get hit, does a good job of staying laser focused on his target, and as he throws that ball, he gets annihilated, but big positive yards because of that determination by the quarterback.
Keeping it on the ground here. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
The Wolverines lining up here on 1st and 10. He'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Second down play coming up. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Chris, I always talk about this. You can always gauge a team's toughness as a group by how willing they are to tackle with their corners. Here, the corner shows you he's not just out there to cover, does a good job of being physical and making that play.
Drops back, he's going to throw for it on 3rd down. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, this sack is on the quarterback, in my opinion. Anytime you call a screen, you've got to be aware that that pass rush is coming in. Bait them towards you and go over top. This time, he's unaware of how quickly they're going to come in.
He missed it. And the deficit remains at 6 after that miss.
That's a missed opportunity for... The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Handoff in a single back formation. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Trying to create here on the move. Picked off, a crucial turnover. They get him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 33.
Boy, I got to question the play call right here. Give the defense credit. They get the interception. They put themselves in a spot to maybe tie this game. But what was the offensive coordinator thinking with the lead, taking a chance, and it backfired?
And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Makes the catch. It's Flanagan. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out in space.
Handoff here from the shotgun.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. There's the snap. They'll set up the throw. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Receiver makes the catch. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain.
Well, you talk about a huge conversion. That's third and long. It doesn't matter for these guys. They just keep going about their business. Great connection between this quarterback and receiver on that one. And now they're in business.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And a sophomore making an impact play.
That's a big sack by this defense here on first down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a first and goal situation.
After the big loss on first down, it's second and goal, backed up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Catch made on the left side. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
Can they cut into this lead now on third and goal?
29 Philly. 2 ready.
Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Looking to scramble. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure works.
Well, he just missed his receiver there on third and short. Now you got to think in the fourth quarter, fourth and short, you got to try to cut into this lead. You might want to go for this here to keep thinking about 6 points.
So trailing in the final quarter of a close game, they're going to go for it on fourth and goal. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete as the defense gets a big fourth down stop.
Chris, they had it. They had exactly what they wanted. I can't believe this would have been a touchdown, but he drops the ball on fourth down.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Looking downfield, it's Andrews. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They get him down. The gain is to about the 12. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. Buckeyes with 1st and 10 here. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. Let's be honest, all wins are not equal. You go in there and hammer your rival and get bragging rights. That's sweet, man.
Yeah, this one is a little bit different. I mean, this is a game you anticipate, you look forward to the entire offseason. You're thinking about it. Now you get a big win against your rival.